Okay, Grand Cross PvP global tier list, and I'm making one because I seen a few people doing it, and I was like, okay, my turn. But my tier list is a little different because I haven't made it. I asked my friend James. I'll put the link of his Twitter in the description. He is a top 5 player on JP, globally, like ranked, and I believe I saw a screenshot that he got #1 on global as well. So he knows what he's talking about. I asked him because he knows what he's talking about. I made my own and I was like, James, can you fix this? And then he fixed it for me. And this will be pretty much his list. So the list is coming from someone that played, he said, 1,200 matches on global already. Which is quite a lot. I played like, I think I haven't even played like 100 because I still main JP. And man, playing both versions is not fun, dude. I'm telling you, it's so much grind. But without taking too much time, let me start explaining. So, again, keep in mind, I haven't made this, but it was someone that really knows what they're talking about. So, I included the coin shop units because they'll release very soon, and I don't want this tier list to be outdated in like a few months, because I don't plan on remaking it. Although I didn't include any new summonable units after Hellbrim. I did ask Grand Cross Database, which made the tier list, which made the selection to also include Hellbrim, because he should come out this week for global. He should. If he doesn't, oh well, but he should. So that's how it's gonna be. I'm gonna go starting from the order. So the coin shop units: Bon, Merlin, and Gopher go to the meta. Oh yeah, let me explain the tiers. So meta are the units that you probably should be running and probably will see. Pretty good are, you know, they're usable, but they're not meta. Usable are usable but less than pretty good, and still not meta but usable. And then this one's like, dude, you can make it work but not really worth it. And this one, nah, don't even try. Don't even use it. But yeah, so moving on, Demon Melee goes to the usable tier. Demon Melee is an interesting unit because you'd think that he'll be good, but he's not. Green Guild Thunder, really good in the 4th slot, really good. Green Grimoire, ass. He's terrible. Guild Thunder is again, he's in the pretty good. If I don't know how to explain why someone's in the tiers, because he put it and not me. I actually had to put Guild Thunder in usable, but he said pretty good. Green Fat King goes here. Jericho goes here. Counter Melee goes actually in the off meta. He's okay right now in global just because you're facing bots, but it's so easy to shut down his counters. This Red Bond goes to the for memes. This guy goes here. Oh, goes here. You go here. Blue Arthur. Blue Diane. He actually put. Wait, where did he put her? Here, okay. I was trying to find, because I have the picture on my left. Here, this guy goes here. Hauser comes into the pretty good. You come here. Frisia comes in the unusable. Red Arthur, he did put in the pretty good, but Red Arthur right now is only, he needs a specific team to work, but he does give 15% HP to humans. So if you're making a human team, like with Guild Thunder and everything, he can work pretty well with his passive. So I do understand why. Red Bond taking off ult gauge is pretty much all that he does. You can come here. Green Hellbrim, he is for memes. I mean, the boost can work, it's just not, very good. Red Slater can come in the usable here. Elione, Freezy Boy can come in the pretty good. Again, he does the exact same thing as Red Merlin, and Red Merlin is in the meta. The one big difference between Gustav and Merlin is that Merlin has way higher stats than Gustav, and that matters a lot. First of all, because your combat class is going to be higher, and second, because Merlin can tank better and does more damage on her attack. So even though they have the same multipliers, they have the same cards. Even though they have the literal same cards, Merlin takes the edge on PvP because she has higher stats. On PvE, though, I think Gustav is just better for Red Demon because he reduces the resistance of the Red Demon. But that's pretty much about it. You come here, Gila comes here. Oh, yeah, Gila comes here. I was about to say, yeah, Gila comes here. Red Grimoire, he's actually usable. If you don't know, Red Grimoire, his passive is that he increases the HP of all allies by 15% on PvP. So he is pretty usable in the back. He's not like the strongest boost, but he is pretty usable. Come here. Red Elizabeth, he actually put in meta. And I see why, because right now on global, the teams don't kill that fast, right? On GP, if you go play PvP, either people are using the Pierce team, which kills you super fast, or they're using the Ult Rush team, which gets the ultimate in 2 turns, so they one-shot you. So matches go really quick, but on global there's nothing like that. So I guess the 10% healing per turn is very, very good. Green Elizabeth is off meta. You can come here, you here. I'm pretty sure he put Blue Jericho here, here. Blue Gopher is a meme, but not very useful. Taizo, this one I didn't really understand because Taizo does have, what was it? Decreases the damage taken. But here's the thing, Taizo needs more units that tank for him to work. So on global, yeah, if I was GP I would put a little bit higher, but on global I understand because he has incredibly low combat class. Being an R, right, he has incredibly low combat class, and to make a build work with him you need another unit that reduces damage or something like that. Which on JP you can, but on global there's no one else that does it, so I guess I understand why Taizo isn't there. Elaine, Green King, he's not really that good. Ellie Hawk is completely irrelevant. Slater, he put a variation, he actually named a variation of meta, I put it pretty good. He put in pretty good, he is pretty decent. The one thing is that the crit chance, because of how it works, right, if you go first, the enemies will have an ult gauge. So he will not have the triple crit chance, but I guess if you go second, he works pretty well. If you can attack someone that doesn't have any ult gauge if they don't move a card with that specific unit, right? I already saw the end here. I'm gonna put these two here in the meta. Jericho is interesting. Jericho, you gotta be careful because she has like terrible defense and terrible resistance, but she does so much damage, right? Green Gopher, counter melee can come here to the Fermines. This green Bond is very bad. Hendrickson is very bad. This blue Bond right here is alright. Blue Gilfunder, blue Fat King. This guy, here's the thing, it's another guy just like Taizo, right? Where because he's an R and he has horrible stats, it's not very good having him on the team because your combat class is going to be so low, but his passive is actually really interesting where he increases damage dealt by 15% in PvP, but that's pretty much about it. I actually used him for a while on JP with my Pierce rate team, but if he ever comes in the field, he's completely useless because he does no damage, because his stats are so low, right? So he's not very good right there. Hauser can come here. Blue Ellie Hawk, he actually ended up putting her in the usable. You can come here, here. Blue King, of course, is a god tier unit, so he goes in the meta. Green Ellie Hawk here, she needs a Pierce boost, right? Right now on JP, she's actually pretty usable if you do have Lilia, which boosts Pierce rate of all allies. But without that, this Green Ellie Hawk is not really that good. She's a good farming unit, but not that good on PvP. Wineheart, if only he hit a little bit harder and his passive would stack a little bit faster, he would be so much better. But not really worth using because even with the boost of Pierce rate, because here's the thing, right? How his passive works, it would be really good, really good if it's stacked very much faster, because he needs 5 turns for it to stack 40% of Pierce rate of all allies. If he, I don't know, started at 20 and then went up, he would be so much better. But starting at 8, not really worth it, because the only units that would take effect with it would be Ellie Hawk and Hauser. And maybe if you are running the team with Ellie Hawk, Hauser, and Wineheart, that would be like a pretty decent team to clean bots, but not better than using King and Diane, which get ults so easily, and their ults wipe out everyone else. And this is like, it's unnecessarily hard, it's unnecessarily more difficult to use Hauser, her, and Wineheart, you know what I'm saying? Then you can easily use King, Diane, and anyone else, like, I don't know. Use King, Diane, and Gilfunder, so he tanks whenever someone attacks and they keep getting the ults. and then use like Elizabeth in the back or Gilfounder. I mean, if you can't use Gilfounder, if you use Gilfounder, but you know what I mean, right? It's so much better. Alright, continuing, you go here, you go here, you go here, and then Red Helbram can come in the max tier. And this is pretty much it. This is the PvP tier list. Again, made by someone that got top 1 on global. I don't know if he remained for the rest of the week, but got top 1 on global, and he got top 5 on GP multiple times. He got like top 5, top 7 on GP multiple times. So he knows what he's talking about, and that's why I actually asked him to make one. But yeah, if you need a point of reference, these are the units. Now, team building, of course, you don't just slap all the good units you have in the team and that will work, right? You need teams to make sense. That's why maybe using, like what I said, right? Use Dian, King, and Gilfounder. Yeah, Gilfounder is not in the meta tier, but he's still good. So you use him to complement the units that are in the meta tier, and that a lot of times that really works. Now, a team everyone will see once Helbram comes out and Gopher and Merlin is this one, right? This team right here, you use King, Helbram, and Gopher in the front, right? And Merlin in the back. Be prepared. You will see this team a lot. Be prepared. But that's about it. Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe.